does somebody not know how to flush a toilet after they've had a shit?
That's not me.
Well, it was fucking one of yous. Disgusting!
Welcome back to OtakuDaiKun. Dai-chan here, and today we're back with, you guessed it, 69 more delicious Fate memes. As usual, I've included all the credits I could find, but some made it into my Discord without watermarks. If one of these is yours, be sure to let me know in the comments. For good measure, I've also included some Tsukihime memes. It's all the same fandom, or at least it should be. Anyway, let's get started. Master Chief, you mind telling me what you're doing with that pizza? Sir, convincing a goddess to stay. Is that what it takes? Better follow up with some ice cream if you really want to seal the deal. I wonder who makes a Buster pizza. So, we've got Froya here. Ever get so annoyed at your younger self that you tried to kill them? Turns out, this is pretty typical for Fate, but it never ends well. At least in the case of Carmilla. It's pretty damn funny. Iskandar telling Waver, I just don't like you for some reason, that's all. Watch this. You can actually pinpoint the second when his heart rips in half. Poor guy. I wonder if it's because he started smoking. Some people on Twitter have been getting very heated about Rin versus Sakura debates, leading them to argue that Rin, as it says here, has a crippling lack of social skills due to her self-imposed isolation in order to follow her dead father's legacy. It leaves her unable to interact with others as equals. She struggles to understand or process that not everyone treats relationships as a constant battle for superiority or a collection of debts and repayments. And yet, Ufotable looks at her and goes, wow, cute tsundere waifu. All those things may be true, but that doesn't make them bad. Characters without flaws are boring. Fittingly, though, a lot of her appeal comes down to one thing. My strength, my intelligence, thighs. Rin checks off a lot more boxes than that. Sadly, she does hog all the glory with anime adaptations. Her route's been covered twice. Saber's never gotten her true ending animated, and Sakura's route was compressed into movies. Whether you're satisfied or not, apparently they don't give Ilya any love. Except they do. It's called Prisma Ilya. Girl's got 3 seasons and 2 movies all to herself. Jinako. Becoming a pseudo-servant, yay! With Ganesha as a joke cause you're fat. Oh. Being the tank with the highest HP to emphasize the point. She's not my favorite, but I have noticed she's got plenty of fans regardless, or perhaps because of her lack of fitness. What do you prefer, sugar babies or some delicious sugar daddy? Obviously, adult Hans matches his personality, but isn't half the appeal hearing a kid lay down sick burns? Heya, Georgie! Whoops, targeted the wrong George. Art thou a dragon? Ye guilty. Confirmed. Ascalon! Anyone up for some roasted ghost clown? What would you do if someone hit your boyfriend? Okita's loyal. She goes for the kill. Maeve, however, just gets off to it. Liz is embarrassed about even having a boyfriend. Shiki's lover gets beaten up a lot, so she's used to killing her opponents. Mordred? I'd beat him and then beat him for being weak. Hans makes a point of declaring he's not Kiara's boyfriend. How many times do I have to say that I hate this cow woman? Sakura would suspect her lover of cheating, and, due to her own legend, Brynhildr would help them out. So Iskandar is the Kamina to Waver Simone. Row, row, fight the Grillwa! Oberon getting the old Chimera treatment. Number 10, Oberon foot lettuce. Some choices in life aren't real choices, are they? All I could see is punch Shinji or punch Shinji. That's the only reasonable option. When Shiro sees Medea at the market, now that I've realized it, I can't just pass by. I go greet her as a fellow housewife. See, even he knows it. So, historical records of Jeanne describe her as a tall woman with muscles and a tan from working in the fields. She's got black hair, big tits, and great thighs. In other words, the most delicious brown tomboy ever made. So why's she gotta be a wave blondie? Hey, I love tomboys too, but Fate's John fits so well. Also, she often dressed as a man, so I don't know about her having giant melons. That said, Fate's not exactly known for its aesthetic accuracy. I think Vlad's is the funniest, and Jalter's is the most believable. Tesla's craziness mostly comes from his outfit. I want Artoria and Arthur Pendragon to watch Monty Python and the Holy Grail and get personally upset over it. I think they get a kick out of it, honestly. Though, I can imagine Artoria going, "Shiro, I do not talk like that." That, or she gets inspired to create a new noble phantasm, Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch! Not like she needed more AoE, though. Okay, so, hear me out. What's better than one foe? A whole room of foes! Unless you're Merlin. Hey dude, you didn't have to train them. When your new summer Choco waifu comes with some baggage. Papa! While all the waifu were shocked, Okita Alter's here just demanding child support. Isn't the little one an aspect of her, though? Sounds more like an allowance to me. Hello, Peter. I feel like if fate were real and branched from our actual history, Da Vinci might rock this for Halloween. What is with these over-the-top mage names? You'd think mages would try harder to blend into society by not having names that make you go, who the fuck names their kid Keisher Zelridge Schweinorg? It's all in the name of sounding fancy, but I think it's safe to say you've gone overboard the moment you name a vampire Crom Clay Patastructure. I can't even with this remake. Gilgazal, hey Ozzy, I'm hosting a battle in New York. Wanna join? Ozzy's then, wait, let me check my passport. Yup, I'm good. I must say, he looks rather young for his age. Ah yes, when the FGO sprites overlap, we get funny shit like this. I bet Gilgamesh sees this and thinks, is this what the mongrels these days are calling drip? Humanity may be frivolous, but they've got style. By that same token, he's all like, a hoverboard. I had the prototype of that well before it was cool. Oh. I don't know what bothers CL more, having Kirei pack her lunch or the fact that the lunch isn't curry. This is what happens when Neko Arc lives rent-free in your head. My Nissan got fucked recently. I was pretty bummed about it, but I think that whomever fucked him was probably more happy to get it on than I am sad to get cucked. So, whatever. Does that logic hold up to repeat offenses, though? So, is this cursed? Yes, it is. Well, except for Artoria hugging Elia. That's just wholesome. Opens FGO, starts rolling for Space Ishtar, fails miserably, proceeds to Grail Salieri. Oh, is that what real Chads do? Deep down, though, you know Salieri just isn't the same. He knows it too. Why else do you think he's so depressed? Though, I suppose we can't just make all male characters into waifu. Or can we? Billy, what have you done? The game either needs an autoplay function or for grinding to be more rewarding. Ah, another heretic. Good work, Billy. I like how this is Billy the Kid in 2 forms. Guy's got a point, though. Grinding's a bitch. But you sure can rely on trigger-happy Billy when that's what you need. Crazy little outlaw. Poor Caddick. Speaking of weird names, what's up with Zemlopus? Forgive me if anyone actually has that name. It just sounds made up. You will murder the entire planet? A small price to pay for 10 rolls. Depending on your luck, 10 rolls can be amazing, or the most useless thing in the world. Astolfo, people who know versus people who don't know. That's what we call a win-win. He's such a wholesome boy. You know, while companies are all rebranding to be as bland and boring as possible, something like this would really be a breath of fresh air. Kudos to Omega Labyrinth. You don't mind that I'm a male? Nope, looks female enough. Why Super Shadow? At first I thought that was an explosion, so now I'm even more confused. Anime characters with the 2 balls are always cute. The question is, are they cute because of the balls? Yo, why are you at the Squid Game? I thought you were financially stable. I would be, if not for my crippling figure addiction. I'm so glad I can look at these amazing things and tell myself I don't need it. I don't know if I'd be down for Squid Game, but if I had a ton of money like that, I'd have the ultimate shopping spree in Akihabara. Know the difference between a weak and strong man. The kind of man made for real gamers, not Anita. Though to be fair, wasn't the worst thing the game did was kill Joel right at the start? Either way, even without being into dudes, I'd still prefer to play as a character like Astolfo over a typical macho man any day. Imagine if we all had access to femboy transit. I am speed! Dude, imagine Astolfo as a Christmas servant. He's all set up to be the next Santa. Speaking of Santa, it's almost Padaru season. Technically, if you work in retail, Christmas started on November 1st, if not earlier. While I find that depressing, I do not fear the Padaru! These guys, though, they're underestimating their foe. Keep calm, it's not December, so they can't move. Be careful not to blink, because when they thaw, they're coming to Hashire Soriya you all night long. Again, Caldea's casters need a special triage unit since they're so overworked. Great job, Scotty-san. Here, take your complimentary ice cream. My waivers pretty much just sold away his soul by now. Falling from the roof at 10? Okay! Sleeping in a bad posture at 25 plus. Not okay, man. I'm 31, so this is every day of my life. When it's time to purge your friend list. Alright, get out of here, you moochers. Go on, scram! Except you stay. Alright, assuming you're all perfectly honest people, what's the funniest username you've seen in FGO so far? Light them comments up. Also, where do you fall on this scale? Not using Mashu at all, using her as a sacrifice, actually using her for defense, or tossing her in as your lead buster crit with double Merlins for support. For me, she's a human punching bag. I feel like there have to be better servants for buster damage. I still love her though. Hey, so is this worth it? I think so. If an entire beach had to swap dress codes, I'd call that a win. Oh, and damn, Mashu's got some gains here. Do you have a British or Greek descendant? No. Why? Would you like to have one? Such a generous offer. How can I refuse? When Medusa will literally do anything for bike privileges. Whatever you desire, Shiro. Anything you want to do to me. No part is off limits. Ah, yes, the negotiator. I'd just ask her to prove her writing skill in a less conventional manner. As you can see, Fate isn't for children, and yet the App Store really doesn't understand that. To be fair, if you're a teenager, this kind of stuff is on your mind anyway. It wasn't just me, right? Being thirsty at 12 is one thing, but at 2? Officer, I can explain! To be fair, homunculi don't live long, so if we treat that like dog years, she'd be a lot older. While we're sitting here talking about age, Jean's thinking way outside the box. She's a little too close with them sea critters. So apparently this post is about preventing piracy by making Japanese adult films too dangerous to distribute in China. Here I am, trying to figure out why it's got Summer Jalter next to a roll of toilet paper. Is that for her use or yours? Really changes the tone of the film right there. Mordred must have never heard of the phrase, be careful what you wish for. That, or she's just really slick about those innuendos. Regardless, that's some god-tier doujinshi right there. The boss, all tough and mighty, versus the boss after being defeated and becoming a playable character. Sir? I don't see the problem here. Hey now, assuming we get both of these as options, this is true gender equality. Kazuma would be proud. I like my beer how I like my women, with a six-pack. Well, I don't drink, but I'll take the waifu, thank you very much. Or is this more to your liking? As long as we aren't talking about censorship, we can be as egalitarian as we want. Congratulations, we were able to cure your horny disease. But when your credit card declines, you go right back to being a perv. What makes you think Drake would be any less thirsty? This is just like orange juice, with or without the pulp. Oh, you, pretty lady over there, your dress is all frayed up so your butt is in full view. I'll repair it for you, so come over here. Oh, I'm absolutely positively offended. Where do you think this is, Tumblr? Keep that ass out here where it belongs. When your sleep paralysis demon appears, but you've been single for a while. Hey man, as long as there's consent. If Jahi-sama's taught me anything, it's that demons are hot. When the insects swarm and create a grand aerial catastrophe, Soken treats it like pay-per-view. I have the weirdest boner right now. Oh, come on, man. Swap out this dude's lotion for bug spray. I came across this one day and felt that someone had to read it. Might as well be me. Nani the fuck did you just fucking emas about, Watashi, you side bitch desu ka? Watashi'll have not to know that Watashi graduated top of my class in Nihongo 3, and Watashi've been involved in Iro now Nihongo tutoring sessions, and Watashi have over Sanbyaku perfect test scores. Watashi am trained in kanji, and Watashi is the top letter writer in all of Southern California. Anata are nothing to Watashi but just another weeboo. Watashi will kurosu Anata the fuck out with vocabulary the likes of which has never been mimased before on this continent. Mark Watashi no fucking words. Anata thinks Anata can get away with hanashimasing that kuso to Watashi over the interneto. Omo again, fucker. As we hanashimasu, Watashi am contacting Watashi no secret netto of otakus across the USA, and Anata no IP is being traced right now. So you better junbi shimasu for the ame, ujimushi. The ame that kurosu's the pathetic chisai thing Anata calls Anata no life. You are fucking shinimasha, Aka-chan. Part of me wishes Calliope Mori would rap this. Sorry for the abysmal resolution, but it says, do you always go around spying on women while they're sleeping? And Dante's is all, perhaps? He can go literally anywhere he wants after all. Get someone that looks at you the same way Ku Hullen looks at impending violence. Sure, but would he look at you like this all the time? That'd get weird. And for our last meme, we have mankind's strongest weapons and techniques meant to crush whatever stands in their way. Enema Elish, Excalibur, Gay Bolg. And then there's napping in the dazzling sunshine and feasting. On that note, what noble phantasm do you think is the silliest? Along with that, which of these memes is your favorite? Be sure to share your thoughts in the comments below.
Before I go ahead and roll the credits, I want to give a vocal shout out to all my $10 plus supporters. Video Gamer 75, Samuel Gersten, Stephen Elak, Jens Bauman, RNG or Shuffles 1498, Josh, and SF Giants fan Mike. Thank you all so much. Thanks for watching.
If you enjoy this channel, help us grow by liking, commenting, sharing the video, subscribing to OtakuDaiKun, and
most of all, smashing that notification bell so you don't miss out on all of our anime discussion, lore, or Let's Play content.
You can support us directly through Patreon, Subscribestar, or our YouTube membership, all of which come with benefits like exclusive vids and early access.
As always, celebrate your fandom!